Hello guys, welcome to another training video. Today I'll be teaching you how to create a magazine cover in Adobe Photoshop. So this is the magazine cover which we'll be recreating. This is from one of the latest issues which was published for the movie Doctor Strange, for promoting the movie Doctor Strange. So I have the image here without the text as well. So what we are going to do is we're going to replicate this cover and place the text, and I'll show you how to do that, how to send the text behind the image, and how to adjust the layout accordingly, like so, to make it look so professional as a real magazine cover. So let's get started. Let's navigate to the document where I have the image, and I will come up to the toolbar on the left and select the T tool to create the text layer, the headline of this. I'll set the text to black, and I'll just click anywhere on the canvas like so, and I'll start typing the text. The first look is the headline. As you can see, the is small and the issue is small. The first look is a bit bigger than the in the issue text. So let's do that first. And the similar font you can use for this is Arial Black probably. I'll just come up to the I'll come up to the menu where I have my I'll come to, I'll come up to the canvas where I have my image set up. I'll click on the T tool here and select the text, and I'll click on the font menu on top, and I'll just select the text from here. Arial Black, I'll just keep it, and I have to write the text here, issue, and I'll resize it by clicking on the move tool here, and by transforming it by coming up to the edit menu here on top and clicking on free transform. You can also use the shortcut key, that is Command T if you're using Mac and Control T if you're using Windows. While holding down Shift, I'll grab one of the edges and click and drag like so to enlarge the text. Now you can, once you're done with this, just hit enter on the keyboard and then grab the T tool here and select the first word and I'll just decrease the font from 146 to 130. I think it's more smaller, so 110, and this also issue also I'll just keep it 110, and I'll just move the text center like so. So once we have that done, it's more to the edge, we can just increase the size more. Again, I'll use the same method. I'll transform the text and grab at the edges while holding down shift to increase the size. Okay, now one thing we'll do is you can see the word look is behind the head of this man, so we can cut out that image first, the top part. I'll tell you how to do that. All you have to do is the first open up your layers panel. Right now mine is opened up here on the right. If you don't have your layers panel opened up, come up to the window menu on top, click on layers, and this will open up. I'll just click on this image layer, layer 1. I'll just, once I have clicked on it, once I have selected it, I'll come up to the toolbar on the left. I'll click and use this quick selection tool. I'll click on this icon and I'll just select this part. Once that's done, I'll just edit, copy merged, and I'll again click on edit, paste special, and click on paste in place. So what it did now is it made a duplicate of that head portion only. Now if I click and drag this layer 2 on top of the text layer, you can see now the L is behind it. You won't be able to see it because it's at the top. I'll just click on this layer, the first look, the text layer, and I'll just move it down a bit so you can just see now it is behind the head portion of the person. Once that's done, I'll just reposition it as it was, and then we can write this main headline, entertainment, and I'll again come up to the canvas where I'm working on. I'll click on the T tool and I will click anywhere inside the canvas and I'll write the headline, entertainment. Right now it's set to all caps. I'll just retype it again. I think it's because of the character palette. I'll have to navigate to the character palette and deselect this all caps icon. So now it will be all small except the first letter which I typed with caps. Again I'll just hit undo. Again I'll just select the text, right click on it and I'll select this entertainment text and I will transform it again by clicking on Command T on the keyboard, and while holding down Shift at the edge I'll just increase it like so, and I'll change the color of the text to yellow. I'll click on the T and grab this text and I'll just select yellow from here in my color palette. You can see now the text looks behind it. Now you can just resize it like this. Again I'll just move it up a bit. Once that's done, you can just write this text here, special double issue. So I'll just right click on the first look issue and I'll duplicate this layer by holding down Alt on the keyboard, and I'll just drag, click and drag, and it will make a duplicate of that layer. And I'll just select the text and write, what is it, special double issue. And I'll resize the fonts from 125 to probably 40, and I'll just click on the move tool and I will position it upwards here like so, and you can see it has a red underline as well as it's all caps and a bit longer, so we'll just free transform this also. I'll right click this text and while free transforming I'll just increase it like so, and I'll underline it while clicking. You can add an underline by adding a stroke. If you do right now underline, it will take the color of the text which is black, but we need a red underline, so I'll just hit undo, edit undo, and I will come up to the layers panel and I will create a new layer and I'll set the text color to red from here. I'll just select red. Once that's done, I'll click on this mark you tool on second tool and I'll just click and drag like so, and I will edit fill, come up to the edit menu and click on fill and set the contents to use as foreground color, which is this red one, and let the blending mode as it is, set it to normal and hit OK, and just deselect it by clicking anywhere on the canvas. You can see now it has a red underline. We can also resize it by again clicking on the move tool and doing the same free transform tool, and you can zoom in, and I'll just make it a bit thinner and I'll position it upwards and I'll transform it and I'll just resize it by grabbing at the edge like so, and I'll zoom out again by clicking on command 0, so it will show me the full view. Next we can do is write this text. You can also do is you can type the text here and take it there. So I'll just type the text here. I'll click on the T tool and I'll set the text color to white from here, and I'll just write this text, Benedict. Once I have written this up, I'll just match it up. I'll resize it according to this, so you can see it's exactly the same. And next which is Cumberbatch. That word I'll just type it here again, and I'll resize it by putting it on top of it. And then I'll take the Doctor Strange. I'll just duplicate this Benedict by clicking and dragging by holding Alt on the keyboard, and then I'll just type the text Doctor, and I'll just click on the move tool and I will move it here on top of this. I'll just click and drag like so, and Strange also I'll just duplicate this Doctor word by clicking and dragging by holding down Alt on the keyboard by clicking on this text, and I'll just write Strange. Now once you have this done, you can write the below text. I'll grab a new text layer here. Again, I'll click on the T on the keyboard, and I'll click on any on the canvas, and I'll just type it in all caps. On the set of the most mystical, magical Marvel movie ever. Okay, now we have to edit the text. The horizontal spacing is too much, so you can just click and drag this text layer and come up to the character panel on the right. You can open the character panellet if you haven't opened up by coming up to the window menu and clicking on character. Once that's done, just click and drag and click on this horizontal spacing option and vertical spacing option and just reduce it, and you can see it's taking effect on the canvas there. I'll just keep it to 18, and I will set the font to Arial, and I'll just set it to Arial Narrow probably, so the most similar one, and I'll just keep it on top of it. I think the font is Arial. I'll just click and select on this, and I'll set the font to Arial. Yeah, that's the font, and let's zoom in to just reduce the spacing. You can just click on this and set the text alignment to the right. Once you have the text selected, click on this right option on top, the text align, and it will make it to right as it is. And just resize it like so by holding down free transform tool by clicking on the free transform tool, and I'll just grab the text and I'll resize it again by clicking on the vertical spacing and making the setting same as this. If sometimes it doesn't happen exactly, you can just keep it as close to you can get. Right now I'm not able to get the same font which they are using there, but this is as close I could get for now. And I'll just copy this text. I'll select these all layers, and while holding down shift I'll select these all text layers I created, and I'll just right click on it, and I'll click on link layers, so it will make these all as a one group. Now I can just pull this tab outside the window, so I can see my first canvas which I started. I'll just click and drag on this, and I'll just resize it by holding down Command T on the keyboard. It will let me free transform the text like so, and I'll just place it here, and I'll hit enter on the keyboard. So you can see now we have our side text ready. I'll just navigate to the initial canvas, this one, and let's just see the text. It's a bit more upwards, and also we have to add the word is just above doctor. So I'll just click and drag here, and I'll just unlink these layers and just come up to the layers panel here, and while holding on shift on the keyboard I'll just select these layers and right click and unlink layers. Now I can just move, I'll select this Benedict and I'll just move this up a bit with my arrow keys, and I'll take the new text tool here on the toolbar. I'll click anywhere on the canvas and I'll write the letter S and I'll resize it, and I'll set the font to Arial narrow, and I'll just place it here. I'll move it just below this. So once that's done, I'll just delete these layers from here. Next, what we need to do is make this text 87 exclusive first looks, and the 87 is the font of this doctor, so I'll duplicate this doctor layer, the text layer, and I'll click on the T tool here and I'll just select the text and I'll click and just write the number 87, and yellow color I'll pick from here, and I'll just move it here onto the right, and then the text is exclusive first looks, and I'll again navigate to the canvas, and exclusive first look is probably this, similar to this font, so I'll just probably this one, Cumberbatch font. I'll just duplicate this one and I'll again just type the text exclusive first looks, I'll decrease the vertical spacing to the character palette here, I'll set it to 100, 120 probably, and I'll just set the text alignment to right, and I'll set the font to yellow, and I'll resize it below the number 87. I'm using the free transform tool again. Including, we have to write, and that's the name of few TV shows. So I'll just duplicate this one again, the exclusive first look, by holding down Alt on the keyboard. I'll click and drag, and I'll just write including, and I'll just resize it 2 points more, from 41 to 38. I'll resize it. So another thing is, you need to write these shows. So I'll just write few of these: Game of Thrones, Outlander, and Ghostbusters. So that font is just like including. I'll just click and drag. Text box, I'll duplicate it. I'll set the text color to white from here. Once that's done, I'll just write Game of Thrones. And I'll just duplicate these two. Outlander, and I'll just write one more. Ghostbusters, and you can see this has a underline below it, so you can just copy the one we had created in the beginning, the red one. I'll just zoom in and I'll copy this one, layer 3, and I'll duplicate it and bring it down, and I'll resize it through the free transform tool. I'll just zoom in the canvas, you just adjust it with your arrow keys and duplicate this once more. Same way on the top middle one, I'll just do it. I'll just transform it again. I'll just resize it. You can see this has a different color. This has blue and this has yellow and some have red. So I'll just show you how to change one of their colors. Let's just change the underlying color of this outlander. So once I have this layer selected, I'll just click on this while holding down control on the command on the keyboard. And if you're using Windows, just hit control and select, and then just come up to the color picker here, set it to blue, and then come up to the edit menu here on top, click on fill and just hit OK. Now you can see it has filled in blue. So this is one simple and easy way to make a magazine cover in Photoshop. I've just taught you the basics, but all are the same, all follow the same rule. You can make it exactly as it is if you have the correct fonts. So this is one overview I have just given you of how magazine covers are created using typography and changing the font sizes and just setting up the layout like so. So I hope you have learned something from this training video. Please do shoot me an email if you have any questions to ask. I'll be happy to answer you. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting more videos soon. Thanks for watching.